Good afternoon, traders, and welcome to the Hot Stocks Outlook for June 17th, 2016. Some very exciting opportunities in the market this week. I'm going to go over a few charts in US Steel, Apple, Finisar, and also Synaptics, and demonstrate this approach that we use and the tools that we use to really approach the markets every single day and make those trading decisions. Really, regardless of overall trading style, we can use these tools to understand really what the expectation should be and then trade accordingly. But I have this chart here for US Steel up, and what you're going to notice is these are daily bars and candles representing the price data here. So daily candles, and you're going to notice that there's a blue line and a black line on the chart there. Now, this is very, very important. Now, this black line that you see, now that is a regular simple moving average. It's a lagging indicator. It really just always plots where previous prices have already been. It really just, lags behind it and really indicates, smooths out the data a little bit, but indicates where prices have already been. And it's always just going to react to future candles that are generated. Now, the blue line on your screen, however, that is a proprietary predicted moving average. It's actually utilizing a type of artificial intelligence to weigh multiple market relationships and then plot that value on the chart for you. Now, how we can utilize this as traders is looking for these opportunities where we get crossovers. So essentially, if a predicted moving average is crossing over a regular moving average, that indicates a type of trend change, and we definitely want to go ahead and take notice when these things occur. Now, you're going to notice that in this example, let me go ahead and bring this cursor over here and we can see these values. And this is really where, really what sets things apart here. Now, the whole point of these predicted moving averages and utilizing this approach is it really clearly indicates trend direction for us. So we can really form a bias as far as whether we want to be a bull or a bear in any given market. And so whenever we see those crossovers, we really want to go ahead and take note of it. Now, we can tell that this has been an excellent opportunity. We got this crossover to the upside. Really nice rally thus far. Market moving up about 21%. About $3 per share on a $14 stock in about 15 trading days. So really impressive move there. And the market's still moving higher, actually moving up to our predicted high of the day, I believe. So really nice move out of US Steel. But let me go ahead and explain this other indicator at the bottom here, because we really want to use all these tools together. Now, this indicator at the bottom is what's referred to as the predicted neural index. You see P index right there, and it can only produce a value of a 1 or a 0. So it's either right or wrong, bullish or bearish. So very, very clear signal for us to use to help us make trading decisions. Now, how we want to really use that, a really great way to use that is understanding that it's looking 48 hours ahead. It's looking 2 candles ahead, and it's a really great indicator to really let you know, hey, if I have a directional bias on the market, should I be going ahead and getting in over the next couple of days? You can use it as a throttle, even knowing when to push positions and have a heavier size on your position, but also knowing when you want to scale things back and look to maybe get a better price on a trending move. But what I want to demonstrate here is, we get that crossover from the software. We get that really clear indication of trend direction. But what can really help us with overall trade management, help us with day trading and shorter term opportunities as well, is utilizing this predicted neural index. Now, what we're going to notice as well is whenever this blue line gets far above the black line, it's telling you that there's a lot of strength there in that trend. So we always want to keep note of the separation that we see in these values. But let's take a close look at this neural index here on the bottom. So if we know we have this directional bias to the upside, we know we want to get that position and remain long US Steel as long as that blue line remains above the black line. But you're going to notice that we get this pullback in the market. You're going to notice our neural index comes down to a 0 here, and we get this pullback here. We see the market pulling back pretty excessively on this day. But this is so important is recognizing that the overall direction is still up. There's actually a huge amount of separation here between the predicted moving average and the actual. And so we can anticipate that short-term weakness over these couple of days, but understand that as long as that blue line remains above the black line, you want to go ahead and be long the market. Now, you see that, this is absolutely key where, if we don't go ahead and hold on to our position, we definitely don't make that 20%. And I imagine a lot of people messing around in the market in these days ended up maybe even taking small losses and really having a rough time with it. But notice that once the neural index comes back up to a 1, and we clearly see that direction defined to the upside, we get these really, really nice rallies in the market. So pushing higher every single day here, pushing higher, pushing higher, pushing higher. And that neural index remains bullish, letting us know that, look, everything is in our favor over these days. And, that's where we really saw some of the strongest moves in the market. So about a 4-day period here, market moves up, let's see, about 16% just in those 4 days. And then you see that, after this trading day here, let me go ahead and highlight this as well. After this trading day here, really saying, okay, maybe go ahead, try to get a better price, take some profit off that really nice 13% move if you're a shorter term trader, but still the overall direction very clearly to the upside. Blue line not even close to crossing that black line, indicating, look, go ahead, remain, overall remain in the position. And this has been a really, excellent move to get involved in. So about 20% to the upside. Market is still trending up as we speak. But a really nice opportunity for traders using this approach and this software here. Now, I've also gone ahead and opened up a chart here for Apple stock. And let's go ahead and take a look at that market as well, understanding these tools and really utilizing the same approach. Now, I did mention that, the software utilizes a type of artificial intelligence to really weigh multiple market relationships and then generate these indicators. So it's generating this predicted moving average as well as this neural index off of those really intermarket relationships. And we can actually go in and view how really, the markets that the software is looking at. I want to go ahead and I can open up Apple stock here, open up my properties, and we can view those inner markets here. And this is what's really intriguing about this approach and utilizing tools like this, which are really consistently and very highly accurate over very long periods of time, very wide number of markets, whether it be commodities, stocks, Forex pairs, really applicable to apply this technology. But here we have some commodity ETFs, the United States ETF, like the technology spider, the SPY, you've got the Japanese yen, the dollar index, as well as some other individual US stocks, even some energy companies there, some mining companies. So a lot of these relationships very subtle. This technology, though, actually has a patent on utilizing that the neural network process to analyze these markets, find those significant relationships, and then incorporate that information into predictive indicators. So very valuable tool here and very, very efficient as far as really clearly identifying the overall trend and how we want to approach any market here. But I've got the last couple months here on Apple, and this is, you can see it. I mean, it just really jumps out at you on the chart here. Using that same approach and understanding how the tools work, you see we get a nice crossover to the downside here, indicating, look, up at $109 a share in Apple, you do not want to be long this market. Great opportunity to buy some put options. A lot of people trade the options. It's a highly liquid options market here in Apple. But again, even if you're a shorter term trader, look at all this weakness from the neural index. So direction clearly down. I mean, huge amount of separation. And the neural index also confirming that, saying absolutely no reason to be long the market, Apple stock, over this period of time. Now, we did get a reversal here. We have our blue line cross above our black line, strong signal from the neural index holding up there saying, look, we can go ahead and look to get long the market on these days, but things have changed. We see that we got a nice rally in the market, about a 5% move. You see using that neural index like we did in the last example, really catching this nice swing higher for about 6% or about $6 per share. But this is, you can see clearly things have changed, and a lot of stocks in the market moving lower over this past week, and definitely not something you want to be holding a position and maybe possibly giving back a lot of realized gains as these markets pull back a little bit. So, but what we're going to notice here is in the last example is crossover to the downside several days ago. and look how accurate this neural index is. So if you're going in there and really needing to decide, hey, over the next couple days, do I want to be a buyer or a seller in this market? These tools can really clearly define that overall direction and then that short-term strength or weakness. So you can make sure you're positioning yourself appropriately. And the same for options. If you're trading the options, understanding, do I want to be buying puts, selling calls? What do I want to be doing here? Timing and direction going to make the ultimate difference in your overall results. Now, looking at a few more really exciting markets here, we have Finisar here, and let me go ahead and clear this out now. Again, the same approach, but really understanding that, there's certain times in the market where volatility can really trip you up. And this is a really good example where, these tools, by weighing all of those multiple market relationships, can really clearly define, hey, do I just want to hold out to this position, ride some of this volatility out, and catch the entirety of the move from a trend trading perspective. So we get a nice crossover in the software here. A lot of bullishness here in the neural index over this time period. And exactly the same approach, same thing. We come in here looking to buy. We get that really nice push higher in the market, about 6% over about 5 trading days. So, you buy a stock at around 16, sell it a little bit above 17. Really nice trade for the week there. But this trend has continued, and this is very important here. So we see here that we do get some weakness here from the neural index over this time period here, and we get this pullback here. So there is that short-term strength that as a trader we can be aware of when we need to go in and make those trading decisions day in and day out. But we see that blue line remains over the black line here. Very, very important. Neural index more recently comes back up to a 1. And so that's what's indicating that short-term strength, along with the direction still moving to the upside, and a really, another just really great opportunity to, either ride out the trend or understand that, look, over these next couple of days, I want to hold out on my position, ride the move higher. And we had a really nice pop in the stock, about 8% before today, but now has moved up well over about $17, $18 a share. Really nice move there. Lastly, again, these indicators, this approach, works exactly the same whether it's on bullish markets or bearish markets, but the whole point here is being able to adapt. So clearly identify the overall trend direction and adapt as that market changes. So every single day, these values are being plotted forward, letting you understand, hey, has there been a trend change? Is there going to be some short-term strength or weakness in the market that I can expect? And this has been a really nice a trade for us here, but you want to understand that short-term weakness when it's coming in so that you don't suffer a big decline and give back some realized gains if you happen to be long the market. But we see how accurate the forecasts are. Really nice push lower. We got this crossover to the upside. We got a little push higher there, but this is how the neural index is extremely helpful, because you can see here that this market really looking to go lower, and the neural index does an excellent job at saying, look, short term over the next couple days, you don't want to be adding to your position. We're actually forecasting some weakness over these days, and you see that it just gets lower and lower and lower. You get that crossover to the downside, really clearly saying now actually look to go and short the market, and a nice move lower. But that's really the whole point here is, regardless if it's to the upside, regardless of the downside, you really need to have tools that are really consistent and accurate at pointing out these things so you can really manage these sort of opportunities appropriately. So these have been some really exciting opportunities. We're going to have to see next week what goes on with Apple and US Steel and these, but when your timing is really exceptional in the market, it really minimizes a lot of the risk that you can have on these sorts of trades, and then allows you to, again, adapt and really adjust yourself appropriately as these markets change and certain conditions change as well. So thank you all for watching this. I hope you've enjoyed it. This has been the Hot Stocks Outlook of the Week for June 17th, 2016. Thank you all for watching. Happy trading, and bye for now.